quick haul for you from a thrift store, and then something I bought online, and a couple things from Target. So the first thing I got from Target are these dish towels, and they were on clearance for $1.98, and I think 5 come in a pack, unless they're folded. I haven't opened them yet, obviously. But I am now storing all of my dish towels in my vintage candy jar. So I'm going to put those in there. So I thought that was a good deal for 5 towels. I think it's 5. Let me open it. Yeah, so it is 5 individual little dish towels. So they're just black and white stripes. So I picked those up at Target. I also got this at Target, which I thought you guys would want to see. That's why I wanted to do this haul. I have the garden stuff out now. They're starting to put out the like the garden furniture, outdoor furniture. And they had these, which are so cool, galvanized, which I love, and they were only $8.99. I was gonna get 2, but I really don't know where I'm gonna put this one, so I only got 1. I can always go back and get another one, but I wanted to jump on here and show you this mainly because it's super cool. I don't even know if I'm gonna put a plant in it or what yet, but I will show you when I do. And then the last thing I got from Target is this place. Oh no, I lied. I have one more thing after this. This placemat was $2.48, and I like the fringe on it, and it kind of matches one of my pillows in my living room. I don't know if I'm going to put this on my coffee table or in my kitchen, but these are placemats. You can do whatever you want with it, but I only got 1. I just liked it. And then I also got this like round placemat. I wanted to get 4 of these, but I'm not one to like set up a table and have no one sit at it, so I only got 1 so that I could just leave it in the middle maybe of my kitchen table island for now. So that's for that. And this was on sale too. This was $2.98. So this was on sale, the towels were on sale, and this was on clearance. So that's everything I got from Target. And then I went to a thrift store, a set of dishes, and I said I had nothing in my hand, and we were walking out, and then I saw these, and I really, really like them, and I have no idea why. Maybe it's the shade of blue. I don't know. I just really like them. So I have a set of 4, and they were $2.99 for the set of 4. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I have no idea, but I just really like them. So I just picked those up at the thrift store. And the last thing I got, if you follow me on Instagram, you already saw it. I can't pick it up right now because I won't be able to hold it and like show you at the same time. I've wanted one of these vintage hanging scales for so long, and I saw this one pop up on a Facebook yard sale site, and I was like, oh my goodness, it was only $25. So I messaged the lady, and it is a real vintage. It's old, and I messaged her and I'm like, I want it. So we went to go pick it up, my husband and we went into her garage, and I was like, whoa. This thing is huge. It's so big. The bottom is huge. So I couldn't pass it up, even though I wanted a smaller one. There's no way I could pass this up for $25. So I picked that up, and I'm so excited. And I will show you where I'm gonna hang it. So I am gonna hang it in that corner. My walls are gross. Like, we need to paint these, but this wall over here going up the stairs, we are shiplapping. So the wood is in my dining room. So here's the wood, and obviously we're doing like a faux shiplap because this is plywood. Is it plywood? It's some kind of thin wood. My husband had it cut at Home Depot the size that I wanted. So he's going to start on that tomorrow, going up like halfway up the stairs, and then we're going to put a trim piece on the top, and then I'm going to paint it white. So I'm so excited about that, and then I'm going to hang the scale in the corner. I think that's where it's going to go because honestly, it's so big, I don't even have any other place to put it. But that's a fun project. If you also follow me on Instagram, I had mentioned, I had asked an opinion on what color I should paint my cabinets. We were supposed to get the paint for the cabinets, but we got the wood instead because we're going to do that project first. We're going to do the small ones first and then work up to the big. But I actually asked on Instagram, should I paint them gray or should I paint them like a cottage white? So the majority said cottage white, which was my first, what I want to do. If I paint them gray, I think I will regret it because it's not really what I want to do. And then some people said half white, half gray, and I don't want to do that. Just because I have like issues with things being the same, like I don't know. But So I think we're going along the white family. So we are going to be starting that soon, and I will show you the process of that. It's going to be a long process. My neighbor just did it, and she was like, I never want to do this again. But she picked gray, so we're definitely going towards white color. Yes. The microwave is still on my dining room table. The guy came out and he looked at it and he fixed the issue that was wrong with it, my new microwave, and he forgot to bring the bracket that it also didn't have in the box. So they had to mail us the bracket. It should be here any day. So here it sits, still in my dining room. I also did an Instagram story about kind of like my style and what it is. You know, I do gravitate towards farmhouse. That is majority of what my house kind of is. I don't feel like it's as farmhouse as some people on like Instagram, but I was mentioning like, you know, sometimes I get stuck in this way that I think I can only do one thing in my house, and that's not true. You can do whatever you want, whatever you like. So I really like natural elements. I really like boho style stuff, and I really like nautical too. I mean, I live in the Northeast and I live near beaches, and I love going to pick shells, and it's just something that I love and that I've always, you know, wanted to incorporate in my house. And, you know, my daughter's room is nautical. All of my outdoor porch decorations and like pool decorations are nautical. But I kind of struggled with incorporating it in, you know, my farmhouse decor. But I'm finding it like a lot of nautical stuff that I like, the stuff that I like is pretty neutral. So it could, you know, be incorporated in any way, really. So I've started to do a few small things, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing, but I don't want to be strictly one way. I want my style to kind of like, I don't know, just be what I like. And I think a lot of us get lost in, you know, what the trends are and, you know, keeping up with the trends, but you need to just do what you like. Do what you like and be yourself, and buy stuff and get stuff for your home that makes you happy, and you know, you're the one that has to live in it. So I think that's what makes everyone's house special, is the individuality that we put into it. And you know, I just want to use this as a reminder that it's okay to do what you like. It's your home, and even though, you know, farmhouse is super trendy right now, I'll probably always love it because I've always gravitated towards it. I've loved it for a long time, but I also love other styles too that I want to start bringing into my house. So I want to show you a couple things that I have done. Not really done, just like put out. I already showed this on my Instagram, but my friend's neighbor actually gave me all of these shells and these real sand dollars that she got from the beach. And I love going like shelling. I love collecting shells off the beach. I love driftwood. You know, finding just unique pieces off of the beach, and I can never find sand dollars, but my friend and her neighbor like can find them so easily. So I was saying yesterday, I was hanging out with them and I was like, I can never find sand dollars, and my friend has sand dollars like all over her house. So her neighbor was like, oh, I have some that you can have, and she went over to her house and got all of these for me. So I put them in my dough bowl, and I think they look so perfect because they're just neutral enough, and I just think they fit the space perfectly, and I really like how it looks. It brings in nautical, but at the same time it's not overly crazy like red and blue, you know what I mean? And then the candles that I had in my dough bowl, I just stuck in my dome, and I actually really like them in here. I took the eggs out and I put them over there, but I really like the candles in there, and I put one of my little, did I show you that? I think I did. One of those little woven baskets from IKEA here. That also brings in a nautical side for me. It's very like, I don't know, it reminds me of like seagrass. So I really like how that looks. So my daughter and I are the ones that really like to collect the shells, and we like to separate them out. So I made this little area on top of my counter because I have a ton of counter space. So this little area above my dishwasher, we don't really use it for anything. I mean, I have where I hold my dish towels, but other than that, we don't use it. We just put junk here. So I thought, why not put our sea shell collection up, and as we get them, we'll just dump them in. So I kind of separated them. Like, these are like kind of all white ones. These are the long skinny ones. I have little baby ones back there. I have the big clamshells up here, and then I have all my mussels in here, which I love. I love mussels. I know some people prefer, like, you can find these all the time in New England, so I really like those. And then I just put some of our, you know, more unique ones here. And then I've actually started carving some of them. So these are 2 that I've done. Yeah, let me show you. This one says Ohana on it. What I do is I put a coat of black paint over it. I use chalkboard paint because that's all I had. And it's like a Dremel tool that I have, and I just carve it, and it's actually carved into the shell. And then I sealed it with Mod Podge. So I don't know if you can tell, but like right here is a tree. And then down here is mountains, right here are some waves, and I have some flowers, so this one I really like this one. This one came out really good. And then I did this one that kind of mimics like a flower. So here's the petals, and then I just did different designs all around it. It was a little harder to do the smaller one because it's harder to grab onto, so, but I really like these, and it took me a long time to do them, but, you know, it's like soothing. I don't know, I just really enjoyed doing it. So those are the 2 I've done so far, and this is our little shell collection, and I added little lights. So we really like coming in and looking at this and, you know, adding to our collection. And then my parents went to the beach, and they picked us up some more. So these are big ones that I can use to carve too. And then this little piece of driftwood is really cute. So that is one way to, you know, incorporate nautical into your house without it being like in your face, like, come sail away with me or stuff like that, you know what I mean? And all of this is very neutral, which you know I love. That is where I stuck that little planter. Not too sure how I like the cotton in it, but I didn't want to leave it empty. This is my, like, linen closet. That's a disaster. But I stuck it up right there. That's the corner, you remember the shelf. So, I don't know if that's where it will stay, but for now, that's where I put it. So I guess that's it for today's video. I just wanted to show you the quick couple things around my house, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.